was my home state, New York City. My home city, New York City, home state, New York State, whatever you want to say. I haven't had breakfast yet, so excuse me for the brain fog there. There's a new piece of legislation pending that would try to ban remanufactured batteries or repair or anything where a cell from something else is put into an e-bike from being used. And the argument is we've had e-bike fires lately, so this is how we're going to try to stop it. And I want to talk for a little bit about why this is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And I've lived in New York City and I've followed what their legislature did for a very long time. So as an avid e-bike user who has had several e-bike batteries go on fire, I thought I would give my opinion. Whether a battery is remanufactured has little to nothing to do with the e-bike battery fires that you're seeing. What has something to do with it is whether the battery itself is a steaming pile of shit. So for instance, on this channel, you may have seen me talk about a company called EM3EV. That's E as in electric, M as in Mary, 3, well the number 3, E as in electric, V as in Victor. They take a great amount of pride in putting together amazing batteries. Amazing batteries. EM3EV makes high quality batteries, and you can see the pride they take in the wiring, individually fusing different cell pairs, like just beautiful. Then you have companies like Unit Pack Power. Unit Pack Power at one point claimed that they were doing fusing, and they never actually did it. They literally said they were doing something, and when you opened their battery, they never did it. They would claim they were giving you Samsung 35E cells, and then Unit Pack Power would give you some generic garbage, even if you paid the extra $200 or $300 to have them give you more the cells that you asked for from a brand name of higher quality. So I've had Mario Contino refurbish my EM3 EV batteries before. Mario Contino is an expert craftsman when it comes to battery refurbishing, and I trust his work a lot. He shows a lot of his work on YouTube, and I suggest you check out his channel. So I would trust Mario Contino refurbishing an EM3 EV battery over a stock Unit Pack Power battery every day. Whether the battery is a remanufactured battery, a repaired battery, or an original battery has little to no bearing on whether it is going to go on fire. What has a bearing on whether it will go on fire is whether or not it was manufactured like a piece of shit to begin with. Having a garbage BMS is one thing that may cause a battery to go on fire. Using poor quality cells is something that may cause it to go on fire. Using low quality materials to attach bus bars is something that will cause it to go on fire. Not having temperature sensors around there to say, oh, it's 80 Celsius, maybe we should turn this shit off, is something that will cause them to go on fire. But above all, having piece of shit cells is something that will cause e-bikes to go on fire. It's not about whether they were remanufactured or repaired. I will take a battery from EM3EV with Samsung 35E cells, remanufactured by Mario Contino to the original specifications. I will take that any day over some Unit Pack Power piece of shit put together by a lying bullshit company that doesn't give you what you fucking paid for. The problem in this business and in this industry is that e-bikes tend to be used by delivery workers, and delivery workers tend to be poor because they make shit money. And because they make shit money, they can't afford to buy high-end e-bikes that cost $6,000. So they buy $1,500 e-bikes. And some $1,500 e-bikes or some $1,000 e-bikes have really, really good batteries. And some of them have piece of shit batteries. And you can't really tell unless you actually open up the battery whether you're getting a bike with a good battery or a piece of shit battery, and it is not easy to open these things. If anything, it should not be easy to open these batteries, because in order to operate or do a business in New York City where you're doing delivery work, you need to have the ability to operate in the rain. You need liquid resistance. Liquid resistance is going to make it difficult for the end user to open the battery, to be able to examine it, and then put it back together in a manner where it will maintain liquid resistance. Not impossible, but just difficult. So the average person, when they go shopping for an e-bike, they're not going to disassemble the battery in the store. Like, it's kind of the equivalent of going to a Honda dealership and then... So a better piece of legislation, in my opinion, would be to say some sort of that certifies that the battery that's not unit pack power or any unit pack power like battery, because unit pack power does provide batteries for other people. UP does provide batteries for other companies. So you could be buying a battery that doesn't have a unit pack power branding on it, but still be buying a bomb. Now, if they wanted, again, whether a battery is repaired or not, I could put together a battery with no internal fusing. I could put together a battery that doesn't even have a proper BMS. I could put together a battery where I have wires just sticking out everywhere. I could put together the biggest piece of shit and be in compliance with this New York City law. I could put together the worst battery you've ever seen in your life, where the connections are corroding, there is no liquid resistance, there is no quality control, and I could be in compliance with this New York City regulation. However, a true artisan like Mario Contino, Josh Haley, any of these people, they could refurbish my EM3 EV battery using cells that they sourced directly from Samsung that are high quality brand name good cells with a BMS and everything else, and they could be in violation of this piece of legislation. New York City is just, it's not even over-regulation, it's just dumb regulation. It's always the wrong solution to the fucking problem. That's what it is. It's the wrong solution to the problem. And they're never going to figure out how to fix any of the fucking problems. And they don't. I don't think they care to. I think they care to look like they're fixing something without doing anything of value. That is what it means to be a New York City legislator. That is what it means to propose this garbage legislation. And I feel bad for the people that live in the state that are now going to be breaking the law when they have a repaired or remanufactured high-quality e-bike battery in their bike that are then, instead of, here's the funny thing, instead of having a battery repaired to a high standard, now you have to buy a new one. However, if it costs you $700 to buy a new battery versus $200 to fix your old one, well, you're not going to have the $700 for the new battery. So now you're incentivized to buy a cheap battery. They are incentivizing people because you're not allowed to remanufacture it. You have to replace it. Now, instead of fixing a high-quality battery to a high-quality standard because that's cheaper, you now have to replace it, which is more expensive. So you're now incentivized to choose the cheapest replacement. So instead of fixing a $700 battery, which would maybe cost you $200, you are now going to replace that with a $300 battery, which is going to be using garbage shit cells like the garbage unit pack power would use. They're probably going to lie about the internal specifications of the battery, like unit pack power does. And you're going to be stuck with a lower quality product. But New York City legislators don't care because they don't research issues before passing legislation. Because New York City legislators do not care about the effects of legislation on their citizens. They do not want to solve actual problems. They want to look like they are solving problems, which is one of many reasons I am incredibly excited to be taking my business and taking my employees out of that shithole and never going back. That's that. Rant over. If you think you're going to see less e-bike fires with this legislation, because you're going to see more people using cheap shit batteries because you have now created a legal incentive structure for people to use pieces of shit batteries. Why care you're not in New York anymore? This is such a retarded question. Like, when Right to Repair had a bill in Nebraska, I visited Nebraska as a New Yorker. When there was a bill in Washington, I visited as a New Yorker. When there was a bill in Tennessee, I visited as a New Yorker. When there was a bill in Maine, I visited as a New Yorker. When there was a bill in Massachusetts, I visited as a New Yorker. Just because I live in Texas doesn't mean that I put my head in the sand to what the rest of the world is doing. Further, legislation in one state winds up affecting what goes on in other states. And it's going to give the public the wrong idea on what the problem is for e-bikes, not just in New York, but in every city. But yes, I've never put my head in the sand with regards to this type of thing, and I don't plan to into the future. I would not be surprised if people start to get the idea that the reason all of this is happening are remanufactured batteries. And then here's what's going to happen. Once this stupid legislation goes into place and the fires continue, they're going to say, well, look, we tried, we did what we could and it didn't work, so now we're going to ban e-bikes altogether. That's what they're going to do. Mark my words. They're going to put together a solution that makes no sense, and then when that doesn't work, they're just going to say, fuck it, we ban them all. And then here's what's going to happen as well. In other states, they're going to go, look, even that liberal progressive city, New York City, doesn't want e-bikes, so we're definitely not doing it. Because one of the things that they said in, I forget if it was Maine or Nebraska. Yeah, it was in Maine. So when right to repair got thwarted or pushed down in California, they looked and they said, wow, even California didn't do it. And they started laughing. If even California doesn't want this legislation, then who else would? So, something like that would happen elsewhere. Wow. Even New York City, like with all of their liberal progressiveness and blah-de-blah-de-blah, are like, yeah, fuck e-bikes. So, I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be as much of a mess as a Pixel 6 trying to focus. Don't ever put your head in the sand, Lewis. What happens in New York may happen here. True, Yolanda. Yeah, like in Texas, I could imagine them saying, wow, we are not as, even, like, I could see a red legislator saying, even in a blue dumpster fire, they still don't want to accept this, so we're definitely not going to. I think James didn't pay attention to a thing that I said. I am sad. I'm talking to my windshield, I guess. Oh, well. Yeah. Whether Maine is blue or red is irrelevant. They are less blue than California. They are less progressive than San Francisco in general. And I remember them saying, wow, really? California said no to this and you want us to consider it? At that point they giggled to themselves. There was no considering it on its merits. It was just like laughing. And I can kind of get it if you have a lot of stuff on your plate. You're not going to be doing research, and every piece of legislation is going to be feelings and indicators that give you an idea of which way to go on a particular topic. I understand it. I get it. But man, this shit is so dumb. And this is the thing. Like, I listen to Destiny from time to time, and I can understand when he talks about institutions. I can understand when he talks about his path away from libertarianism that he had when he was in his early 20s, late teens. I understand most of those arguments and debates, and then I see the legislation that gets put forward by people that have no clue on a topic, and they are the people that get to decide what goes on with a situation or a set of products or something. And it's like, how do you have decision-making power over this when you're completely clueless? It drags me back to the New Hampshire license plate. Live free or die. Like, it's not even that I think, anarcho-capitalism or libertarianism is, I know how it would be a sustainable, functioning system. It's not that. It's just, it's aggravation and frustration that people that are completely fucking clueless control discourse. No, I mean, not even discourse, but what goes on with a particular, why are you going 40 miles an hour on a highway in the left lane? Bruh, you're killing me. Yo. Okay, never mind, because everybody else is. Boo. Boo. Enjoy your food, not your friend. Enjoy your food. Enjoy. I skipped breakfast, so rub it in. Rub it in that you get to have breakfast. I hope you enjoy it. Rawr. I feel homesick for New York City right now. Email me, Dean. Email me the names so I have them. Mozart's Coffee House. Mozart's Coffee House is in Austin or in Colorado, Yolanda? Anyway, I hope you enjoy your trip. Oh yeah, nobody uses their blinker. No blinky. I-35. Boo. 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 I-35. Boo. I-35 at rush hour. Boo. That's the thing with the blinkers and all that, is you have to assume everybody is out to kill you. My driving instructor said you're probably going to forget everything we go over, and I know you're not going to read the New York State DMV thing on how to drive. Nobody does. So the one thing I'm going to leave you with is that I'm not being paranoid by saying this, but everybody is trying to kill you. And if you assume that, you will probably die of something, you will probably die of something other than a horrible car crash. And I said, yes, I ride an e-bike around the city, so, and he goes, so you're fully aware. And we laughed. See, the subscription that BMW charges for blinkers is probably why BMW drivers don't use them. The same way that I said that it's an economic problem. Like with e-bikes, it's difficult for people to get e-bikes with good batteries, because the people that use e-bikes the most in New York City are the delivery workers who are broke. Conversely, it's difficult for BMW drivers to use their turn signals because you probably have to give them $8 a month for it or something. Okay, I'm gonna have to get off in a moment. Oh wow, he actually gave me room. That's the nicest MAGA truck I've ever seen. Thank you, Mr. Ford F-350. Wow, how nice of him. He actually gave me a good amount of space. Didn't even have to speed up or anything. What a kind gentleman. Yeah, I was looking at a Mercedes EQS 580 the other day. Oh my God. Never buy a Mercedes as long as I live. The nickel and diming. The fuck nickel and diming. You get an EQS 580, like one of their flagship consumer cars, and it starts at $125,000 or $128,000. Heated seats, $1,500. Heated this. Oh, you want the passenger to have this thing as well? $1,000. Oh my God, they nickel and dime the fuck out of you. It's hysterical. I'm actually happy because I had a consumer moment. One of my employees bought a Cadillac recently. Besides configuring cars, I was like, what the fuck am I configuring cars for? I'm gonna keep this car for the next 10 years, at least. And when anything goes wrong with it, I know exactly who I'm having fix it. Going straight to Rich Rebuilds. But anyway, I'm gonna keep this thing for the next 10 years. It's fine. Does everything I need. I don't need a new car. I don't need a fancier car. I don't need anything else. But I'm looking on Cadillac's website, a Mercedes website, and I'm configuring shit and doing all this. And Mercedes is interesting because, like, with every page, they make you feel worse. Here is all the shit that doesn't come standard with your $127,000 flagship vehicle. Here's all the shit that you have to buy extra after you've paid $127,000 for the car. Oh, it got me off that website so fast. My head was spinning. By the time I got to the third or fourth page of customization options, it's like, you know what? Fuck you guys. This is not a fun game. I get it if you're buying the cheapest car they have. If you're buying a budget Mercedes at like 30 or 40 or whatever, fine. Don't include everything. By the way, this is the classic Texas exit. If you wanted to make a right on 8th Street, you would have to go all the way across and go across the median. It's hysterical. Hey. Yo, man, get the fuck out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. I can't run you over. My camera's on. See, if my camera wasn't on, then that would be different. But my camera's on, so you really put me in a fucked up place right there by standing in front of my vehicle. Move, bitch. Get out the way. If you ask for money on the side of my vehicle, I may give you money. If you ask for money from the front of my vehicle, I may run you over. Oh, shit. Sukablat. Bees, diets. 6th Street when there's no drunkards here. It's a sight to behold. He was like, hell yeah, this is going to be a good insurance claim. Oh crap, he has a dash cam. Bruh, I have a dash cam and a streaming cam. With all 8 pixels that AT&T allowed me. Can you imagine that? You can smell the Luling oil field. I think the one thing that's kept me from buying a house here is the Luling oil fields. I don't know exactly what it is because I failed chemistry. I don't know if it's hydrogen chloride. I'm not exactly sure what you call it. But damn, that shit smells bad. All that oil field shit. It sticks in your nose. It's freaking horrible. It smells like burning paper. That's what it smells like. There's this burning paper smell every now and then that lasts for a few days. Probably some good cancer going on in there. Okay. You know what? This is probably not where I want to park my car. You know what? I'm late for my meeting. You know what? No, fuck it. Well, let's do it. This car has cameras on it. Fuck it. YOLO. YOLO, baby. Okay, should I park here? I have a 15-minute meeting. It's on you. I'll let chat decide. YOLO. YOLO. My car has cameras. Let's do it. I'll be fine, right? I'll be fine. This is the corner where my friend got a bunch of his shit stolen. So essentially, there's a Gold's Gym across the street. And what winds up happening is people will go into the Gold's Gym and pretend that they lost their card, go into the locker room, and clean everybody's stuff out. And my friend got fucked by that a few days ago. But you know what? I don't feel like paying for parking. So we're gonna do a test. Let's see how lucky I am. You guys think I'm lucky? I always thought of myself as a lucky man, personally. I've always seen myself as a lucky man. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be a lucky man. Okay. I'll see you all later. Bye now. Leave the stream going. No, I need to fuck that. Okay, you know what? There's a guy that is dripping blood off of his finger and trying to relight a cigarette, but then the blood is putting it out right next to me. So you know what? Fuck that. Okay, never mind. I'm not this cheap. Literally taking, his finger is filled with blood, and he's trying to relight a cigarette using another cigarette that somebody threw away. But the blood falling from his finger is making it hard for him to relight the cigarette. You know what? That's a little, fuck that. Okay, we can, maybe, $15 for parking isn't that bad after all. Okay. America's success story. Yes. America's success story. Yes. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. I was gonna stay there. I was gonna park there. The blood did it for me. The bloody finger thing did it for, I don't know. That's just, what the fuck? Holy. Never seen somebody Jones for a cigarette that bad, bro. Like the image of him trying to light it, but the blood from his finger putting it out, that was leaking down, flying fuck. Bruh, are you serious? Okay, I kind of screwed myself over here. Actually, screwed myself again because construction. I screwed myself by driving at 9:30. I screwed myself by scheduling this for 9 in the morning, honestly. Oh well. See you guys later. I gotta get going. I got a meeting to attend. I have a meeting to attend downtown. I pretend I'm important. Alright, look, it's the Capitol building up ahead. Maybe we should ship some of the guy with the blood over to Abbott. Abbott, I don't know. Abbott likes shipping migrants over to other states. I think we ship them into the Capitol building. What do you guys think? Get him at his own game? I don't know. What is it Scientology calls it? Fair game? I think Scientology has a term for that. I am not a Scientologist, to be clear. I am not a Scientologist. But I think it's called fair game. Yes, fair game. That's what we're going to do here. The burning paper smells probably all the politicians getting rid of incriminating evidence. Darn it! I think I should have took the damn. I should have taken the damn free parking spot. Oh well. All right. See you guys later. What? Oh shit. The light only stays green long enough to let 3 cars through. Oh, that's funny. Hello, crowded city. Hello, my old friend. Hello, my old friend. If I only had a brain. Dun, 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 dun. I'll park here. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, yeah.
Please press the button and take the parking ticket. Please take the parking ticket.
You want ticket? You paid? You go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please enter following the guidance.
Bank customers only. I'm a bank customer. I'm a bank customer. I'm gonna check.